G'day, mates. Welcome to Skating Mates, the one podcast that talks about games and anime. Today here I have my good mate Zman991, otherwise known as Zach. How you doing today, man?
I think I'm doing all right.
Perfect. So today we're going to talk about one of our favorite games, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And basically, just to, lay down the foundation, because we're both really kind of invested in that game, and as a first podcast I feel like that'd be a great place to start, honestly. I think a good place to start would be talking about Terry Bogard, the newest addition to the game, which is amazing. Terry's pretty cool. I quite like him. What do you think about him?
He's actually quite a bit of fun because, personally, it's hard for me to get into more of the traditional fighting games. That's why I deviate towards Smash so much. So with Ryu and Ken and their input moves, it's to me it's not I can't really pull it off as well. But with Terry, I feel like a lot of his stuff it seems to have a bigger, it's more forgiving, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. Whenever we play a lot, I always say I can't Ken. I love Ken to death. But Ken is so difficult to play for me. Maybe it's because I'm a filthy casual and I'm just bad. But yeah, Terry is really fun. I feel like he falls under the pay to win though when it comes to the Fighters Pass, because all the fighters in the Fighter Pass this year have been very, very good. None of them I would say are low tier at all.
Yeah, well, thing we have to remember though is that at least it wasn't Bayonetta when she was first released for DLC for the last game, because that pretty much was pay to win, because she pretty much outclassed nearly everyone on the roster.
Damn, that's amazing. I wasn't there for the last game. I've only played the N64 version and Ultimate, because I didn't really get too much into Nintendo products. I was at Microsoft Weeb back in the day, but yeah, I believe it when I say Bayonetta was busted. Pretty crazy stuff. But like I was saying, the reason why I say that is because can you name one character in the Fighters Pass that has a very big flaw? I can't, because Joker's just really easy to play according to a lot of people. Hero has that, he has the RNG, I guess, but he also has that crit chance, and that's
well, the crit is the RNG.
Oh yeah, that's you get a chance to do a really strong attack that can possibly KO someone pretty much instantly. Nah, that's BS to me. That's crazy. And then you have Banjo. Banjo, I would say, is probably the most balanced, but still that freaking side special, man. That side special, they nerfed it too, because you only can use it 5 times per stock, but it KOs anyone who is 60 or over, and that's amazing to me. Because if you get hit by that, you're done. If you're 60 or over. That's crazy. And then you have Terry's Go. And if you're really good at comboing, which I'm not, sadly, he can actually just be a really devastating character. It can only activate over 100%, right?
Yeah, basically. You have to be high percentage in order for it to even be a thing.
Yeah, and then he once it's activated, so long as you know what you're doing, you pretty much win. You can basically, if you're not facing against another Terry or something, or a Banjo, of course, you will die, because if you're good enough with Terry, he's literally the best character in the game. No one can beat him, honestly, in my opinion. I'm gonna guess if there's any other major tournaments, if Terry gets picked, I'm gonna say that he's probably gonna win. Kind of like Joker did, and I don't know why. As a Joker main myself, I know I'm trash. I really don't agree with the facts that Joker's a toxic kind of character, but I can see where people are coming from, because whenever Joker came out and someone from a major picked him, they won.
Yeah. That's MK Leo. He's been doing like really good like with tournaments lately, and like some are saying that he's just getting carried by Joker, but it's like I don't know. He was doing well before Joker came out, so I don't think I really buy that.
Yeah, I mean, I love Joker though, cause he's easy to play in my opinion. Like he's very easy to get into. His and then that recovery though, like that recovery saves me more times than not, because I'm talking about the grappling hook, not the Arsene. That's Arsene. It's also a really good recovery, basically pits and dark pits, but that grappling hook has saved me more times than not. And then that poison with the side special, and then he has a fucking gun, like pew pew. Kirby gets a gun if he sucks him up. It's great. Joker's awesome in my opinion.
For his neutral special, he wields a gun.
he sure does. But personally, he's my favorite so far of the Fighters Pass. For the most part, personally, everyone else in the Fighters Pass is pretty for me. Aside from Banjo, of course, because it's Banjo. Everyone loves Banjo. He's a very lovable character. But for the most part, I'm really enjoying what the Fire Pass has so far. Like I can't say that, like, I love some characters over the others, right? But I cannot tell you that I distinctly hate any one of them. They're all awesome in my opinion. I'm really excited to see who the last person is for this the Fighter Pass and for the next Fighter Pass that's also coming out, which I think a lot of people say that's going to be Echoes, but I'm not entirely sure. I feel like Sakurai could do a whole lot with that. Just like he could just put in whatever.
Well, I think if they're going to add Echoes, like, they should be like their own thing, and like they should, well, if they're gonna make you pay for them, they should be cheaper, because they're not really a full character. So like all the development time that would go into a full character would literally just be like at most a third with like an Echo Fighter.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they're gonna sell those, they should be a lot cheaper. But I think they're gonna keep doing like unique fighters. Now, as for the ones that are in the past, like, in my opinion, I didn't really have, like, a personal connection to, like, any of them. I wasn't, like, specifically asking for them.
Yeah.
But so far, nothing's really been announced that made me go, like, oh, this character is trash. Why is he here? Or, because, like, I don't know.
We're going to be talking about Sans later, so keep on going.
Well, I don't really see the point in, like, getting upset when a certain character gets in. Like, sure, you can be disappointed that the one that you wanted didn't make it in, but, like, I feel like it's kind of toxic to, like, just sort of attack the character that did, or, like, the people who wanted them. Just be all like, oh, he only got in because of nostalgia, or oh, he only got in because of Nintendo trying to promote something, or, you know, I don't know. I think it's kind of unnecessary and, like, childish, unless they add like a non-video game character, but like not even Goku, something stupid like Minions, then yeah, you can be upset.
Yeah, Sakurai said he's only gonna do video game characters. That's why
Lord.
He said Goku's never getting in because he's not a video game character. But there are Dragon Ball Z games, but he's not originated from a game, so he's cut. But I do see where you're coming from. Personally, I've never played any of the games that have come out, aside for most of the roster, really. I only played like maybe Super Mario, and that's about it. Sonic, I guess, too, but like any other game like there is kind of like, well, I don't really have too much of a connection with most of the characters on the roster yet. I love them to pieces just because they're good characters, and playing them is really fun because not only do I, have fun playing them, but they're also kind of like iconic.
Mm-hmm.
And getting mad that, the character that you wanted to get in is kind of petty, but at the same time, I understand where you're coming from because you want to play that character. Like, you want that character to get in as much as you want it to. And I can understand that. But don't, just, stay clear of being, toxic and, being mean to other people who actually did want that character to get in. Like, you know.
And another thing, you probably, well, why say probably, you definitely shouldn't, like, harass, like, Sakurai or any, like, developers working on the game, because that makes you look even worse.
Yeah.
Because, like, Sakurai's already pouring in so much for this game, and, like, he didn't have to make a more DLC after the Fighters Pass. He could have just said the 5th one was it, but he didn't, because he knew he wanted to please, like, as many people as possible, so he's gonna try and keep this going for as long as he can. Like, this could go on for another, like, 3 or 4 years for all we know.
That'd be awesome. I want more characters. I want as many characters as he can put in, honestly. So, we went on a really weird tangent. We got really personalized with it. But for the most part, who do you think would be the last fighter in the Fighters Pass? I'm honestly thinking Genos, because there's just a lot of evidence that's pointing to Genos getting in.
You mean Geno?
Tomato. But yeah, Geno. Like, Sakurai pulled a lot of his, like, I'm pretty sure he pulled a lot of, what was it, costumes and stuff? Like, there was a Mii costume for him back in, like, what, Smash 4, right?
Yeah.
That got pulled.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm thinking to myself, you know, why that get pulled? And then there's also the fact that Sakurai even said himself, I want him in the game.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. I can see where you're coming from with that, but in my opinion, I mean, I know it's probably doesn't really mean anything, but considering that Geno would technically be a Square Enix character, and we already have one of those in the Fighters Pass,
Yeah.
I doubt he'll be DLC 5. However, I do think he's almost a shoo-in for, like, afterwards, because, like, think about it, he's kind of in the same position as Banjo was by the time he got in, because, like, he's a character that's not exactly relevant at the moment, but, like, he's heavily requested and has been for a long time, and he also has the added bonus of Sakurai having been interested in putting him in, not to mention his costume's still missing, because, like, you think if, like, they really weren't planning on putting Geno in at any point, they would have added the costume back in by now, but they have yet to do so.
Yeah.
I mean, it might just be legal issues, but even so, I think we will see Geno at some point.
Yeah, I think he'll get in. Like that, I'm fairly confident. I was fairly confident with Sans whenever he got in, but granted, he's just a costume, so that's a whole different battlefield to tackle.
Well, personally, I think it's even a miracle that Undertale content even made it into the game at all, especially, like, that much, because, like, other, like, indies, the other two that are represented, Shovel Knight, I mean, he's an assist trophy, that's pretty cool, but then the other one, Shantae, she's just sort of just a spirit, she's not, like, an assist or a Mii costume.
Yeah.
But still, though, the fact that Undertale even got anything at all, I think is, like, fantastic, especially since Megalovania got in.
Listen. Toby Fox and Sakurai are good friends now. I know I kind of wanted to cover this back whenever it was actually relevant, but considering I didn't think of a podcast, we're going to cover it now. So, Toby Fox and Sakurai, you know, they play games. Sakurai drove him home and all that fun stuff. Everyone knows about that. But what everyone kind of dismisses is that since Sans is, like, the biggest character between Undertale and Deltarune, he's, like, a meme sensation, and the fact that he got in, everyone kind of I would like to say, but I'm pretty sure there are a few subset of people who think that why won't there be more Undertale or Deltarune? Because, as I've always said to you in the past, listen, Undertale got in, but Undertale wasn't the game that made the Smash reference. Deltarune was. And you know what other game made a Smash reference that also got into Smash?
Persona 5.
And who is the first person in the Fire Pass that we see? Joker. So, what does that mean? It can mean anything. It could mean that Toby Fox and Sakurai could work together again and make a character for Fire Smash 2. For the Fire Pass 2. Maybe it could just mean more costumes. Or nothing at all. Maybe I'm just being a little bit too optimistic about more Undertale and Deltarune in the game, because I'm a diehard Undertale fan and Deltarune. Like, I love all of those. And every time I see Toby Fox put anything of Deltarune Chapter 2 into his Twitter feed, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
But I really want more. I want to see more of that, because Toby is in good graces with Nintendo, because not only has he worked with Sakurai, but he's also working as a composer for another game. I forget which game it is.
Little Town Hero.
Little Town Hero. And he also composed a song for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I know there's a lot of controversy around Sword and Shield, but I figured I'd mention it. And I'm going to buy it either way. But Toby is really, really in good graces with Nintendo. And I would not be surprised if he, got more content of his own games into Smash. However, I got a lot of people are gonna call me trash because Undertale trash, and the fandom kind of sucks. But the game doesn't represent the fandom. The fandom sucks. I can agree with you on that. But but for the most part, I really do want to see more from Toby Fox and Sakurai collaboration. Like, that was so awesome to see Sans pop up on the screen. It's too bad he's a costume, but like, the problem people say is that the moveset, he doesn't have enough to have a proper moveset.
Well, I mean, if you just have to work with what the Mii Gunner has. It's like, I don't think they were going to add, like, unique moves for just a costume, because I feel like if they were going to go through that trouble...
No, I mean, like, for a character themselves. For a unique character. Because if you look at the game, he only has bones and gaster blasters, and that's, like, I guess you can, like, echo it a little bit if you really want to for, like, any other gunner, really. But it's kind of hard to make a character like that. Especially on a game like Undertale, where it's, like, very, very linear in its attack. That's why I'm also a bit skeptical on, like, anyone else getting in as a unique character. Mainly, a lot of people want Frisk or Undyne, and I can appreciate that. I love both those characters. Not as much as Sans. I love Sans. I love Papyrus more, but for the most part, I feel like if people put their heads together and actually, went through and just looked at all their movesets, like every move that they do, they could come up with a moveset. I don't think it'd be that difficult, but at the same time, do they have the time and resources to do something like that? And I'd like to say yes, but at the same time, the time is money,
Well, I think I'm confident enough in that Sakurai and, like, the developers can create a moveset for just about anything. Because remember, they had a Piranha Plant into the game.
That's true.
And all, like, the original Piranha Plant did was just move up and down and bite. And that was it. Well, yeah, it did. But that was pretty much it. Yet they made a whole moveset for that. So, it's not impossible.
Yeah, it really isn't. So, who knows? Maybe we'll see more. We still don't know too much about what's going on. There's a lot of cool things I believe that are going to come, and I feel as though Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is going to get better and better, because no matter what, Sakurai's going to do his best to appease his fans. Like, that's what makes this a good game, is that he tries to appease his fans. He's not going to appease everyone. That's, like, the most
That's
impossible
pretty much
thing.
impossible.
It's impossible to do. But he's going to do his best to, give the majority what they want. And I can respect that, so.
Honestly, it says a lot more about him than most other developers, because, like, he's, like, so basically just going out of his way to, like, make the game better for as many people as he can.
Mm-hmm.
Like, with what he can do. So, now, trying to think of, like, other characters that have been, like, that has, like, been speculating recently. That probably made no sense.
Sora.
Yes, I've seen Sora, like, being tossed around a lot, which
It's kind of hard because Sora is kind of owned by Disney, eh?
Yeah, he is owned by Disney.
So that's kind of a bit of a stretch. I feel like Disney would love just to get in, just to expand their horizons even more by letting Nintendo have Sora for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and let him be a character and be like, yeah, our character's in there. Because that's what Microsoft did with Banjo. Like, Nintendo and Microsoft were having a field day with this, and then Sony's over here just kind of like chilling on their own. But
you know what would be crazy is if like they did like add a PlayStation character into Smash Bros.
Yeah, I'd be very okay with that. I don't play PlayStation. I'm a big Microsoft Nintendo nerd, and whenever I saw Banjo get in, I was like hyped. But if a PlayStation character got in too, I wouldn't complain because it's just another character added to the roster, and I would play it. I would love it, and it'd be amazing.
Yeah. I think with Sora, it's like, yeah, Disney owns him, but like, I don't know. It was like some sort of like Disney executive said that they'd be all right with Sora being in as long as Square Enix was also okay with it.
Square Enix is a bit of a what's the proper word I'm looking for? A bit of a
stingy.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, Hero comes out, he only has 8 midis for music, but hey, at least he has more than 2 songs. More than what you could say for a certain other Square Enix series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, didn't Terry get like 50 songs?
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's really crazy. That a character can get so much love and then another character just gets like tossed to the wayside because of stinginess. But,
well, I wouldn't really say Hero was really tossed to the wayside. Like, they promoted him heavily. It's just the music selection could have been better. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Disney could put him in, if it's requested enough. And I'm pretty sure I saw a vote long ago that NA and EU both wanted Sora in really badly, like really, really badly. And then Japan had like another number 1 character to put in, but Sora was number 2, and Sora being number 1 in 2 big regions and then number 2 in another, like that's like if he doesn't get in, I'll be actually surprised. Sora needs to get in, and I would be 100% okay with it because I like Sora. He's a very interesting character. I've never played Kingdom Hearts though, because
I played the first 2 and sort of dropped off after that because really, who wouldn't? Like, because that story is like almost impossible to follow.
Yeah, I saw a Narmak animation about it, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like he'd be a really fun character to get in. Is there anyone else? Minecraft Steve.
Well, you joke, but people have there are a lot of people who do want Steve, which I mean, I'd be all right with it.
I'd be all right with it too. Personally, I love Minecraft Steve. He's, I played him like childhood, like played Minecraft like back in like I think it was 0.7. So that was a long while ago.
Yeah, that was probably like 2009. That was probably like one of the first releases.
Yeah, good stuff. I love Minecraft.
I know for a while there was a lot of pushback against Steve because a lot of people assume, since Steve's also on my Microsoft, that if he got in, that Banjo wouldn't. But that's clearly not the case.
Yeah.
I don't think that was ever the case. Like, I doubt a company's just going to be all like, you only get one, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel like Microsoft...
That kind of contradicts what I said earlier, though, but...
Yeah, I feel like Microsoft would be very okay with adding more characters into Super Smash Brothers because freaking Sakurai said, hey, go play Banjo, but you have to get an Xbox One. And you know what happened? A lot of people in Japan bought an Xbox One just to play Banjo.
Yeah.
But I really am doubtful that they're only getting an Xbox One to play Banjo because an Xbox costs like $400 without the Kinect, mind you. And That's crazy. Well,
it might have actually been cheaper in Japan because like the Xbox One bombed like horrendously when it was released there.
Well, that was Microsoft's fault. Like, we can talk about that another time. But yeah, like, it's like, are they really gonna buy this console alone just to play Banjo? No, they're gonna play other things. Now, are they gonna play Minecraft on it? No. But what I'm getting to is that they're gonna play Halo, and I want Master Chief in.
So do I. Master Chief is like my most wanted. If I'm being honest here.
Yeah. Personally, I would want him over Doom Guy just because I never played Doom. I'm a big Halo nerd as well.
Well, I'd be A-okay with Doom Guy, and the reason for that is because like Doom, like it didn't create the FPS genre, but like it pretty much like codified it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it made it basically made the FPS what it is today.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like a game that monumental, I think it would be deserving to have representation in Smash. However, Halo also sort of revolutionized FPSs on consoles, because at that point, they were mostly on PCs, and like the console ports were almost always seen as inferior to the PC version in every way.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like Halo made the FPS genre like, hey, this can be just as good on console as it is on PC.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like both of those are good. Like, they deserve to be repped. Because, like, the thing about Smash Bros. Ultimate in particular is that it's sort of like a museum for gaming itself.
Yeah.
Like, it's basically one big celebration. And I feel like it only makes sense to have something like that was big for FPSs be in there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd like Master Chief, and I know a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying I want Master Chief over Doom Guy, but that's just what I kind of grew up with.
Well,
and
as long as you're not saying Doom Guy is trash or that he can't get in for any arbitrary reason, then you should be okay.
Absolutely not. I'm not saying that at all. I feel like if Doom Guy got in over Master Chief, I'd be alright with it. I just want Master Chief in and moreover, but again, if Doom Guy got in, I'd be okay with that too, because they're, I would say they're virtually the same character, but they both kind of, have their own different shticks.
Well, the thing is, I think Master Chief has more of a personality than Doom Guy, which is saying a whole lot because he doesn't have much of a personality.
Yeah.
But, like, Doom Guy doesn't even have a name. Like, it's literally just Doom Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, at least Master Chief has got John as a name.
Yeah.
So, like, we know nothing about Doom Guy or who he is, where he came from, what he's like.
Mm-hmm.
He just decided to, I guess he got sent to hell to kill demons.
Yeah. Why not kill demons? That's a really fun game idea, right? Yeah. Yeah, but is there anyone else?
Well, I know of one that you might not, Ryu Hayabasa.
I do not know that.
Well, basically he's a ninja character from the series of Ninja Gaiden. It's sort of like an old school series. It's like all the way back in the NES days.
Mm-hmm.
Basically what it was like, it was kind of like a platform, but like it was more of a fast-paced kind. Like it's not like Sonic, but like it was kind of like an early hack and slash, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I know that's one that's been rumored for a while to be coming in.
I would like a ninja character. Ninjas are cool. Just because.
Some say that he'd be too similar to Sheik or Greninja, but like I really don't think that's the case because unlike those others, Ryu has a sword, or I guess like a katana or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know that's also another thing. Oh, we have too many anime swordsmen.
Well, but we don't have katanas. Katanas are cool. So.
Well, I mean, it might not be. It could be something else. I might sound like a complete moron because, I mean, I haven't really played Ninja Gaiden, so forgive me.
I mean, neither have I, so you're fine. But yeah, I'd be okay with that as well. I'm okay with any character so long as it's a video game.
It's like I said. In terms of video game characters, there's none I'm really actively against. Like, there's no character that's like the mere idea of them getting in just infuriates me, because I know there are a lot of characters out there that are that for some people, like, you know, that aforementioned Steve. And I've also seen, like, Geno is also pretty controversial, because there are a lot of people who are saying, oh, well, he doesn't deserve to get in, because, like, I don't know, it's just, like I said, there are some characters that, like, are popular requests, but are also unpopular requests.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really against anyone either. If a cool character gets in, I'll buy him.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna buy the character no matter what, because I want the full roster, so...
Yeah, get that perfect square back again. Freaking Hero messing up it.
Well, I think it was Banjo that messed it up.
Was
Hero,
it? Oh, yeah, it was Banjo.
Hero made it a perfect rectangle, because it wasn't.
Bless Hero.
But then it got hideous when Banjo came out. Terry made it look at least a little better, but it's still not perfect.
We'll get there eventually.
It won't be for at least 4 more characters.
Don't worry, we're gonna get another page of characters. It'll just say next page, and it'll show all the Fighter Pass people.
You know, you say that, but like the Smash game on 3DS did that.
I know.
I mean, I'm assuming it only did that because the 3DS has like a way smaller screen than even the Switch in handheld mode. But like, if that happens, that's gonna be sad, because then it'll just look awful.
Yeah. But I'm sure they'll try to do their best to not do that. But
I mean, like I said, it's probably not going to happen because the Switch has a much higher resolution. I think it could probably handle all the characters on the same page. Stages, though, if they plan on adding those, they'll either have to make the icons even smaller than they already are, or they'll have to inevitably add another page.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's going to do the latter, because, like, if you make those icons, like, any smaller, it's going to be hard to, like, select a specific stage you want, because then you'll be highlighting, like, 3 at once.
Yeah.
Unless they made the cursor smaller, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see what they have in store. But for the most part, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Master Chief for Smash.
Master Chief for Smash. Amen. Alright. Well, this has been lovely. I hope to have you on again sometime soon. Maybe we can do one next week. But, anyway, thank you all for joining in on Skate Mates podcast. Please let me know if there's anything you guys would like me to talk about. I'd love to, get some feedback on this. You have any last words you'd like to say?
Forgive us if we said anything that's incorrect.
Yeah,
and like, this is a very, very rough. We're kind of doing this off the cuff here. We're not using a script or anything.
I love improv. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I'm Skate, aka Skater Bomber, and this is Zman991, and I'll see you all in the next podcast. See ya.